What is up, everybody? Chris Flick here. Today we're going to be talking about what is it. We're going to redefine success, right? We're going to look at athletics. We're going to look at kids, in that youth sports age, right? Whatever it is, 7 to 13 range, right? And oftentimes, man, you see it on the field, you see it in the classroom, you might even see it in your own family. Some kids don't handle adversity well. Some kids don't handle losing well. Some kids don't handle the situations when things don't go their way. They start to emotionally break down and they start to act out in a way that oftentimes leaves parents embarrassed, right? So obviously, if you have something like that going on, we're at this point right now. And how do we get out of that point? We need to kind of redefine what it means to be successful. And one way I think we could do that is we start talking to the kids. We need an intervention here. You start talking to the kids that you work with or the kids in your family, right? And you say, what do you think? Give me some things. Give me some words. Give me some attributes. What does it mean to be successful? All right? And it's going to be more than winning, okay? And if it's not, then you need to start nudging them in that direction. It's having a good attitude. It's giving great effort. It's showing up to practice on time. It is going to every practice. It's being a good teammate. Those are the things that make you successful in life, right? Those are the things that make you successful in athletics. Those are the things that make you successful in just about everything that you do. So have those conversations, right? It might not sink in right now. To tell a kid, hey, winning doesn't matter right now, is not the right answer. It's like we need to start framing things in a way that they could start seeing the bigger picture, that they could start seeing it's about the journey, okay? And it's about the process on the journey. So we start redefining success. Let's start talking about what does it mean to be successful. Then once that season starts coming along, you could revisit those things. Let's say you're 0-5. Let's say you're playing football. You're a backup. Your team's 0-5. You can start pointing fingers to a lot of different people. But if you're a coach or you're a parent, you could say, guys, girls, this is what we said was going to make us a successful team. All of these attributes, it's showing up all the time. It's having good grades. It's giving great attitude, giving great effort. If we continue to do this, we're going to eventually succeed. You need that reminder. And then, while this is going on along the way here, you need to reinforce those positive behaviors that you see. Psychologist B.F. Skinner in the 1950s, he was training pigeons, and he wanted to get the pigeon to do a full 360. Now, previously, people tested these hypotheses, and they were like, once they do the 360, then we could reinforce that behavior with a treat, we'll say, right? But Skinner didn't want to wait till that pigeon decided to do the full 360 on its own. He wanted to start reinforcing those little steps that pigeon took along the way. So every time that pigeon took one small step in the right direction, he reinforced it with positive behavior. And that one step became 2 steps, right? And then that 2 steps became 3 steps. And eventually, that pigeon was getting reinforced, getting a treat, almost every step along the way, and he was able to teach that pigeon to turn much, much quicker. So if you're a coach, if you're a parent, if you're a teacher, you need to catch them doing the good stuff. You need to catch them having the great effort. You need to catch them having the right attitude. You need to catch them showing up on time and working hard, all that stuff, right? Once you catch that, you reinforce it, right? And if you could reinforce that, reinforce the good positive things, if you do that continually over and over again, you're going to start to see an attitude shift in your child, right? And that's what we're all after here. This is not going to be like, hey, let's talk about what makes you successful. And then the next day, the kid's out there and he's doing incredible things. I was just talking to some parents today about stuff. And, the conclusion was, as a parent, they read a little article that I shared. It wasn't mine. But they're like, wow, I did everything wrong. And it's like, you didn't do everything wrong. You're mindful of these things. You kept trying. You kept learning, right? Those are the process things that we're looking for. We're going to make mistakes along the way. We're going to be emotionally charged sometimes and maybe say something to the kid that we shouldn't say, right? But we got to kind of bring it back and try to limit those things, right? We have to, start talking about, instead of asking, did you win the game? First thing, right? It should be questions about, how did your team do? How did you do? Did you cheer your team on? Were you there for them when they needed you? And all those little things, right? Shift the conversation from the outcome, shift it to those performance qualities, those characteristics that will turn your child not only to a successful athlete now, but a successful person in life. All right. Hope you guys like this one. Peace, everybody.